Hello,
Happy
Deb.
Tuesday.
It was like a standoff.
Yeah, we would wait. You're waiting to see if I was going to say Happy Tuesday. I give you a chance to jump in and you don't. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to say it then. Happy Tuesday.
You know what? You actually froze, and so you froze like this,
Oh, I did?
fixing your hair. So I'm like, oh man, she really threw a curveball at me. I'm not sure what she's doing. It's like we were playing Simon Says. Like, I don't know. Should I
Yeah.
put my hands on my head too? I don't know. What's
Happy
up, Deb?
Tuesday. Not much. How are you?
Doing well. I have to be honest with you. I'm not sure. It must be freezing in your house right now because you're wearing a sweatshirt and it is hot as balls outside. What are you doing?
I keep it very cold in my apartment.
This is
Like
insane.
it stays pretty cool in here. Which is surprising because I'm on the third floor
Hmm.
and they say heat rises or whatever, but my I keep it at 74 in here and I keep the fans on high
Okay.
and it's tiny in here. We're talking 700 square feet, so
Just
it
that one
stays.
room.
This room, and then back here is a bedroom and a bathroom. It stays cool
Very
throughout
nice.
the
And then
whole
you have
thing.
your massage room.
No, because I'm in a one bedroom now.
Did you switch again? I thought you were moving. Did I know that?
Yeah. So I went from my studio to a two bedroom, and now I'm in a one bedroom now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
I can't keep up with
I
all your
know.
moves.
Nobody can. It's
It's
fine.
too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
I know you didn't listen to the episode I did with Travis, but I will let you know. Uh, when I started that podcast, I described you as basically I described you as like a stray cat or like an outdoor cat. I said stray cat, which was inaccurate. Like you have a home, you're
Mhm.
technically here part of this podcast, but we don't know where you're at most of the time. Like during the day, you just do your thing. Every once in a while, we put some food out, feed you, and then you go on your way again. And then we might see you that night. We might see you the next day. We might not see you for a whole week. That's how I described you as a high school teacher on summer break.
Basically.
So it's
Except
pretty accurate.
I'm teaching summer school, but we're done at noon. So then I'm off to do whatever. So then good luck finding me after that.
Oh, I don't even try. Don't even try. In fact, I think this is the first one I text you in a little while.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
and Deb's
do.
not complaining about that. She's like, I could have waited another week.
I do have some other news. You probably saw my post, but I got a dog.
I did see that. Very
I have a
cool.
dog in the apartment, and she just sleeps. It's great. She's very
That's
quiet.
that's awesome. Remind me of the name?
So I changed her name
Oh,
because I'm
geez.
like, it's early.
Of course you
It's
did.
early enough. She doesn't know her name. It's fine. So
I don't,
so
I don't know why I didn't expect that answer.
I named her. Well, so her original name, I named her Maisie. I don't know why. Like I almost wanted to like she's so cute. I wanted to call her something like a cute name, and I thought of like Daisy, but I'm like I don't know if I like Daisy. Maybe Maisie, and I know some other dogs named Maisie, and I thought it was a cute name. But then the more I spend time with her, and I'm like watching her mannerisms and just even watching her lay down and get up and do things. So her breed, she's a pit basset hound. At least that's what the shelter said.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. But she's got these little short stubby legs, a giant head, and big paws. And really like muscular, like her legs are like jacked. And when she laid down, I'm like, you look like a little lion cub. So her name is Nala now. I
Okay.
just started.
I thought you were going to call her Lion Cub. I'm like, that's an awful name.
I just started calling her Nala, and then I kind of, for like a week, kind of interchangeably called her Nala and Maisie. Of course, she's not responding to any of it because she still doesn't
Huh. I wonder
know.
why. No,
So
this poor dog, because I saw that you got this dog out of the shelter. This poor dog was so
poor thing.
excited to get into a home, to have some stability in its life. And now it's got two different names for now. And pretty soon it's going to have multiple personality disorder. It's going to be a huge problem. This poor dog.
Yeah, she's with me, so this is as stable as it gets. So
All right. Well,
she's, she's just laying down on my ottoman. she just sleeps. And they said she's about 4, which is good. I wanted an adult dog,
Sure.
but she's just chill. It's great.
Well, that's awesome. It's very exciting for you. I did see that, and I thought that was very cool. So,
Yeah.
good luck to you and whatever its name is. So,
just say dog. Good luck to you and dog.
yeah, cool.
Dog.
Hey, dog. Man. All right. There's more I could say, but I'm not going to. We'll move on. How's summer going?
Good. It's nice. Like I said, I'm sorry. She's drinking water behind me now. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, based on everything you said, she's probably wishing she drank something stronger. She's looking at your liquor cabinet, your wine rack. It's like, let me get some of that.
Who's to say I didn't already pour beer in there for her? Okay, we're on break. Just kidding.
Sounds like she needs it. This poor dog.
Yeah. Well, she's been sleeping for like 3 hours. Of course she's thirsty. So poor thing. I've already taken her to breweries and out and about, and I'm like, I need to slow down with her. This poor dog just got out of the shelter, is confused, doesn't know who I am.
Doesn't know who she is.
Doesn't know who she is, and I'm taking her out in the heat. So yeah, she's exhausted and she's thirsty. So, but yeah, summer's good. It's nice to work just a half day. Yeah, it's good.
You know what's really bizarre? I can hear the dog, but it sounds like the dog's behind me.
Really?
It's really bizarre.
That's so funny.
It's like a surround sound.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, she was sneezing, and now she's sitting over by my couch again, just looking at me like, can I go back to sleep? Can you stop talking? I think she just wants me to stop talking.
I'm going to see a little pause in the background pretty soon with like a sign that says, help me. Send help.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, summer's good.
Good
so far.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
I get the whole summer to get this dog readjusted. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you finally made it. You finally made it to summer, and I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it with your new friend there. Yes. Yeah, this is my second podcast today. It feels very strange. I was already sitting here, and it's throwing me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we should not be having this conversation.
You're like, you're done talking. You're like, I should be done. I've been talking.
Let's not get crazy. I got plenty of talk in me. I'm just saying it feels weird to sit in this chair twice. But look at that, new cups.
New cups. And I got this too.
Very nice.
With my massage therapy logo sticker.
Very cool. Oh, is that just a sticker?
It's a sticker, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a legit cup. Well, that's not as cool.
Oh, yeah.
You just tagged it. All right.
It's a hydro jug, but I slapped my business sticker on it.
A hydro jug?
Yeah, it says hydro jug.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's pretty. Okay, so another side story. If you hear squeaking in the background, I'm so sorry. She found a toy and now she's playing with it.
Hey.
So
let her enjoy. Doesn't bother us.
She literally grabbed one of her squeak toys, excused herself in my bedroom where I can't see her because she's like, I'm done with you. You talk way too much. And now she's just by herself. So
not
that's
a fan
great.
of our podcast.
She doesn't need me a ton, which is great. I'm the one in her face wanting her. Side note. So I got a dog so I could I want some companion. I wanted someone, to snuggle. I want to be able to mess with her and talk to her, and she lets me. And she's been sleeping on my bed, and it's been almost a week since I've had her. Well, last night she jumped off the bed and went onto the couch in the living room in the middle of the night. And I followed her and I looked at her and I was like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in bed with me.
Oh man, this poor dog.
And I just left her. I was like, that's fine. Because she did it the night before and I literally made her go back up on the bed with me. I was like, come here, get back on this bed.
Man, this is like a real fatal attraction situation. This poor dog's like, I didn't know what I signed up for.
She's like, this poor dog. She's like, I'm not your boyfriend, okay?
Well, based on everything you said, it sounds a little bit easier than the boyfriend situation.
Oh, yeah, she's great. But I left her on the couch. I was like, fine. My feelings a little hurt? A little bit. But I need to let her be so that I don't annoy her too much.
That's why you're wearing the shirt you're wearing. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's a message to yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I hope things smooth out for you guys in your relationship.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hydro Jug.
Not a sponsor, but
No.
it's very cool that your sticker's on there. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
So, anyways, we're not here to talk about dogs or jugs in any sense of the word. It's a different episode.
Right.
Maybe if we did that, we'd have more listeners. I don't know. Maybe we need to rethink things.
Just title it Jugs.
Jugs. Zombie jugs.
It won't be the listeners we want. Well, maybe. Who knows? But okay.
Not the ones you want, for sure. All right. Anyways, are you ready? Are you ready to get serious? Because this is a very serious topic that we have tonight. So we're doing something a little bit different. I got to give credit to my brother Jordan. He's actually the one that texted me about this and said, "Hey, you guys, this might be something fun to do on the podcast." So just to give a little backstory, he was listening to a podcast, an ESPN podcast, and they basically did a draft. I forgot what the topic was or what the specific draft was for, but they basically used ESPN personalities from their radio shows, their TV shows. And let's just say, hey, they said, hey, it would be fun who would be the 5 people you would want at a dinner party? And so they had to draft people within the network of ESPN. And he said, it'd actually be pretty fun if you guys did that with people that have been on your show before, on Connectable specifically. I'm like, that's an awesome idea. And so I sent it to you, and I was walking outside when I did on a voice memo, and you couldn't hear half of it because of the wind. You're like, cool, sounds fun, but I don't know what you really said. I'm like, okay. So then I text you, and you're like, cool, sounds good. And so we thought it'd be fun to mix, similar to how we do our pet peeve episodes, we do our top 5 episodes, we do, these themed episodes. We thought it might be fun to mix it up and do our Connectable Draft episodes. And so hopefully this one goes well. And if it goes well, then we'll do more. And if it doesn't go well, we'll probably still do it because it'll be fun. But this would be a fun way to get people involved and kind of give some shout outs to people who have been on the podcast before. And yeah, we'll have fun with it. So tonight's Connectable Draft is who are the top 5 people, former Connectable guests that you would want for your squad in a zombie apocalypse. So if everything was to go sideways and zombies took over, who are the 5 people from this podcast who have been guests on this podcast that you would want to be a part of your team? We're going to do this in a draft style. Not that Deb knows anything about drafts because she never shows up to our fantasy football drafts, but I think you have enough of an idea of how a draft works.
Although I did win one year.
We don't need to talk about that. That being said, she still didn't draft, which is more, we don't need to get into this. It's the middle of summer. Football season's a little ways away. I don't want to talk about this, Deb. But yeah, so we're going to go back and forth and draft 5 people. And we'll kind of explain why we chose these 5 people. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Now, I will say this. I'm going to put this out there right now. And Deb, I kind of shared this with you already. I've had my brother, my mom, and my wife on this podcast. I'm taking them off the list. I'm pretending like they have not been guests on the podcast because otherwise that takes up 3/5 of my list, and it kind of defeats the purpose of the game because it's like, of course, I'm gonna pick my family, of course. But that being said, I also don't want to hear people say, "Hey, you didn't choose your brother," so I don't need to hear this. So I'm pretending like they're not even on my list. So if you're wondering why I didn't choose them, in this world, they do not exist for this game or for any of these drafts. I don't know if you did the same for your family or your friends, but oh man, it sounds like Deb's about to break some hearts. Or she just chose all of her friends. This is going to be tough.
I will say I do have a couple of friends on here.
Okay.
But that's because I really need them on my team.
Okay.
Perfect. Even if we weren't friends, they would need to be on this zombie team. And I'll say why.
Uh-oh.
So I know, I thought about it. Oh, you froze. Did I freeze? Oh, did I freeze
Are we
too?
good?
We're back?
You
okay.
Did.
You froze too.
Ooh.
Dang it. Leave off of. Where did I sit?
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. Okay.
Come on, Riverside. Had some issues already. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, it could be my Wi-Fi. No, it's not. Okay. But no, I was saying I thought about taking them off the table too. I can because I have plenty. I have a whole list of people. So many people from our show, but I have a few friends that I'm like, I really would want them on my team though. There's no like they'd have to be on my team.
Okay, perfect. And this will
But,
be a fun exercise because there's so many different ways you can look at this and
mm,
reasons why people would be on there. And yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And
okay.
we're recording this. I'm just gonna say this right now too. We're recording this on June 11th. Earlier today, I recorded with our friend Cody Allen. He is not eligible because that episode has not aired yet as of this recording. So, um, he won't be eligible. But everybody else that's been on this podcast is good. So we never really decided how we were going to choose who goes first. But Deb, I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Did you put
Okay.
these in order?
Um, yes and no,
Oh man,
because
you're shooting from the hip.
well, I mean, I got a list, but I have a good idea of who I would want to go first. Well, because I have three. Okay. We're picking 5 people, right? And I didn't know how many people we were going to pick. So I made a list. And of course, I don't know who you're going to steal. So I have a bunch of people. But I'm going to be honest, 3 of them are my close friends. So I'm going to take them off the table. I can't. Sorry. Sorry, Nicole, Deb, and Kaylin. I can't. You guys, all 3 of you would be on my team, but
That's what I'm
over.
saying. So in
I know.
this world, for our world here, for the purpose of this game to make it more fun, we're assuming
Yeah.
family, loved ones, they're safe.
Oh,
We don't have to worry about them. They're good. They're off the
they're,
table. There you go.
they're off the table.
Clear
Okay.
conscience.
There you go. Okay. Okay. I can go first then.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So my first draft pick would be Lauren Johnson.
Ooh, good choice.
Because Lauren, I mean, we've had her on. I mean, I feel like we've known Lauren forever now. But not only that, but she's a mental strength coach. Duh. We're going to need someone to like keep us in the game. It's going to be tough. People are going to die. Like, we need someone to keep us going. Sorry, I know I'm just being dramatic right now. But
Not
I
bad.
would pick Lauren. Lauren would be my first pick.
That is an awesome option.
Yeah.
I'm bummed because she was on my list as well, but I will cross her out. And if you really want to expand this thought too, that's a great pick because
Mhm.
she's so well connected to people too, and she's worked in the professional world of baseball, so
Yeah.
she might have some connections. So like that group may get bigger just because of her influence and connection to people. So that is a very good choice, and like you said, just mentally really keeps everybody moving forward.
Yeah. My first draft pick.
Okay,
Boom, there you go.
very nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have you send your list to me after we're done here, so
Okay.
I'll put that together later.
Okay.
Man, I got a bunch of people that I could go with.
I know this was tough. I had to like scroll through all of our episodes like twice and like keep going back and forth. And I'm like, oh,
We've done a lot of episodes. This will be 182, so we've
yeah,
been doing it for a while.
right.
So, man, I can go a bunch of different directions. Okay, I'm gonna go with our friend Conor Manning.
Okay.
Here's why. This is why I'm gonna go with Conor. First of all, if you follow Conor and you know Conor, physically, he's a big guy, big strong guy. Lifts a lot of weights consistently, so I know he's in good shape. And as I mentioned when we first had Conor on the show, I met Conor and knew Conor because he was a youth leader at the church I was going to. So I've seen him corral massive groups of high school students, similar to yourself. And I've seen him lead the charge with some of these little psychopaths. And so the fact that he can live inside that world, which, as you know, sometimes when you're surrounded by high schoolers, it's not that much different than being surrounded by flesh-eating zombies. So I've seen him in action. I've seen him lead, and physically, he's in great shape, and I think he's a good leader. So I'm going with Conor Manning.
Nice. He was on my list as well, and you took him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This
I feel good.
Okay. It's a good one. Yeah. Well, and same thing, and he works out, he's fit. Like, I'm like, yeah, he's got to be on someone's team. So he's a good pick.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have one each so far. I have
Yes.
Lauren. You have okay. So then my second pick would be Paul Marshall, our FOP, friend of the pod, because he runs everywhere. He just goes. He's got stamina. I could like picture him like running to like go get help from somewhere, or like running to safety for us, or like finding a weapon.
That's
and
a good
then
call.
like making and running back. He can run away from the zombies. He can be the first line of defense and just go like I need Paul on my team.
That's awesome. And I feel like that's a great choice because not only is he a stud when it comes to running, he'll never run out of breath. He can just keep going. Also a former police officer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got some different skills and knowledge that other people may not have. And he's a fun guy. We all know this because you've seen his comments. We've read his comments on here. Like, I think, as dark as those days would be, I think Paul would be able to bring some levity to the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people are a little bit down. Lauren's trying her best to make them more mentally tough, and they're just a little bit low. He can, crack a few jokes, talk about candy corn, whatever he wants to do. Unicorns is a big thing for him. He can bring people's spirits up. So I think that's a great choice.
Yeah, I forgot he was a former police officer.
Yeah.
Or even better.
See, there you go. Okay, so for my next one, okay, I'm gonna go. Oh man, there's two here that I think I could go with. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I gotta go with this guy. Okay. I'm gonna go with Blake Kidwell because again, another freak athlete, another great leader.
Good pick.
He can run for days. What's that?
I hate to say it, but I don't know. I forgot about him, or I don't even. He's not even on my list, and I don't know why. Yeah,
you know what? I'll say this. It's kind of unfair because that was the episode that I did in person with him and Trav.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm very sorry. So I'm going to go with Blake Kidwell again. He's a monster. I see him do stuff on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know how he keeps going. Then I see he posted like the stats for his runs. Like, oh, this guy's a maniac. He just keeps running, and it's like a 7-minute pace. So, I decided to go with like a physical specimen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple guys to protect me, little old Josh.
And you've met him I've taken his boxing classes. He's a big dude too. And you got to take, if you haven't taken one of his classes, I almost died. So that just shows so that's a good pick.
Thank you. So I went that direction again. Like I said, it's really hard because the list that I have, even I've already picked 2 people, and now I'm like, there's more people that I could pick for specific reasons, and now I'm really struggling.
Yeah. Well, same as like, even as you're like saying like, oh, who's my next one? I'm looking through my list and I'm like, oh my God, like this is a hard one. This is a good idea though. This is fun.
Shout out to Jordan.
Okay. Nice, Jordan. Good job. Okay. So that was
we each have 2
for you. We each have 2. All right. So I think my third one, let's see again. Okay. My third one, I'm going to have to go with the CrossFit queen, Erin Wachter.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. She's just, again, like, in the fitness realm, like she's a beast and she has such a good attitude. Like just, I see her posts, I follow her still, like, she and I will comment every once in a while. Like she just seems like such a nice person, a genuine person, good attitude. You need someone like that on your team. You can't have a negative Nancy or someone who's going to be scared in a zombie apocalypse. You need people who are just going to get in there and go. So I think Erin would be great. So CrossFit queen, Erin. Yeah. She's strong. She's fast.
Erin
she's positive.
Is awesome.
Yeah. So that's my number third. That's my third draft pick. She's got to be on the team.
Yeah. The other thing about, and sorry, you cut out a little bit, so I don't know if you already said this. If you did, I apologize. But the other thing about Erin is that she's like, especially recently, you've seen her on all these trips, and like she loves the wilderness. Like she loves being outside. So like she wouldn't be uncomfortable being outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like no matter what situation she would find herself in, it's like, oh, yeah, she's fine. She's good. She's ready to go.
Yeah. Definitely an outdoorsy sports girl. Like that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think there was one time I think she filled in for you because it was I think during that period where you were you took a little bit of a break, and I gave her a hard time because on the call she was wearing a tank top and her traps. I'm like, well, I don't ever want to wear a tank top again. I feel embarrassed by the physique that I have. So yeah, she's in incredible shape, incredible athlete. And so that is a very, very good choice.
Nice.
All right, I'm
And
going to mix it up a little bit.
here comes the dog wanting me call her the dog. Her name is Nala. Okay, everyone, Nala. She
Nala.
wants me to. She finally is like, as I'm talking, I think she's looking at me like, who are you talking to? Like, you're not talking to me anymore. Okay, she walked away. She's like, let me please.
She starts growling. It's like, I don't like that voice on the other end. I'm like, I'm sorry.
So funny. Just take a pause in our draft. Sorry, because of course I have to talk about her. She's new. She's she growl when she wants someone to pet her.
Yeah.
She'll growl, or she'll do this low, like this low. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, cool. Like people are gonna think she's like growling, like she just wants attention, but she does this growl, and you pet her, and she's all happy. It's so funny.
That's funny.
And
just like, not a growl. I don't know what you would describe that as. Just like a little bit of like a little murmur, like, hey, pay attention.
Yeah, like it's how she talks for sure. And yeah, I think it's, oh, she literally just did it. Come here. She just growled from across the room. No, she doesn't like that I'm not talking to her. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, now she's like, hey, I'm not your show dog. I'm not gonna just perform for you.
Yeah.
All right. Erin was on my list. I gotta take her off. All right.
Come here.
Let's see. Where do I want to go next? Okay. So you have 3 now. Ah, man, this is where it gets tough. Okay. So I think the one I'm going to go with next is, because at some point, I think in these like zombie things, right? The hope would be you're not just surviving, but then at some point that you would be piecing like society back together, right? Like trying to reset, restart.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you would need a lot of organization to do that. And so my next pick would be my friend Sherene Gruver. So so what I worked with her at Character Combine for quite a few years, and the way that she organizes people, the way that she organizes events, the way that she just organizes everything in her life, she's just very on it. And so I've seen her run massive events and just coordinate it, quarterback the whole thing, and super efficient. She's amazing at what she does. Also works with, young people, high schoolers, their families. So she's used to working with a lot of different kinds of people, a lot of different personalities. She's worked with, all kinds of personalities. And so I just know that when it comes to, if there's organizing that needs to be done, she would be the best person to do it. And so I'm going to go with Miss Sherene. I
love that. That's a great pick. That, like everything you just said, that is why I was going to pick Nicole, but I'm like, she's my friend. Don't pick her. Don't do it. But no, you need an organizer in the draft. But just a side note, that's why I was going to pick, I just need to give her a shout out. Nicole is like such an organizer.
Shout out to Nicole.
I know. Well, and same thing with Kaylin. I can't. She's one of my best friends, and she, I can't pick them. But
see, that's what I'm saying. It's you're like
so hard.
Your list goes away when you do it. So that's why they just have to be removed from the list.
Right, exactly. Nope, they gotta go.
But that being said, I will say this. That being said, down the road, if we do a topic this is like a life or death topic, you know what I mean? It's like you can bring 5 people, the rest of them you're just gonna let them go. Maybe in the future we'll do one that's a little bit more lighthearted, and that would be easier to incorporate them without,
Just gotta, just give them a shout out.
Just give them a shout out.
You need an organizer. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, Sherene, that was a good pick. Let's see. Okay, so we each have 3 now. Yes?
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, so my 4th, I'm going to have to go with Jonna Dolinta.
Oh, I was going to take her.
Oh, I got her before you.
Oh,
okay.
Go ahead.
So she is just, I call, I leave, I just in my notes, I'm like, I put fitness queen. Like she's in shape, but she also, she loves animals, right? So she's, she rescues, and I just know that that's a big part of her life, and she always posts. So in my head, I'm like, cool. So in a zombie apocalypse, she could also be like the dog whisperer of the dogs that like are zombies, or find a dog that can help us, like help be on our team.
That's pretty
like
good.
Find So she would be great for that. And then, of course, she's really smart and brilliant, so she could help organize things, get things going, and she could definitely, last and lead. She could be the leader too. So Jonna is my fourth draft
Dang.
pick. So what were your reasons for picking her? Probably similar.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I love animals. Mine had nothing to do with dogs.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of her. It's like she loves animals. She loves dogs.
No,
Yeah.
see, I know she loves the dogs, but I think for me, one was the fitness thing, but two, she's a veteran, and so
Yeah,
she has the military background, which I feel like in a situation like that would be pretty helpful. The weapons thing, just the mentality, the leadership, I think all those things. So, dang, I'm gonna be honest. That's the first one that you got that really stung.
got her.
Dang. All right. Well done. Well done. Okay. Man.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Okay. I'm going to go with this one next for a similar reason that I just explained for Jonna, but a little bit different. Okay. I'm going to go with Kenny Hill. So,
Okay.
Kenny also a huge runner into the ultra world. He's also has the military background. He's also a veteran, so he's got the military background as well, which I think would be helpful. But he's also a counselor. And so I think the fact that he's a counselor would be very helpful. Specifically, kind of like what you were saying about Lauren. I think in some of those darker times when things are really starting to go sideways, I think having someone like him who has that background in mental health and can walk people through that, I think that would be a pretty beneficial thing. So I feel like just overall, he's a well-rounded individual and physically, knows how to push through things. And then, like I said, the mental aspect would be beneficial. So Mr. Kenny Hill, welcome to the team.
Yeah, that's a good one. Love it. Kenny Hill. Oh, okay. Wait, so was that 4 each?
That's 4 each.
Okay.
Oh, I have such a, this
One more.
next one is so hard.
Okay. So so you didn't want to pick any of your family members, right?
Yes.
So does that mean I can't?
No, you can for sure. No, you for sure can.
So, okay, then I'm for sure picking your mom because come on. She raised 3 boys, 4 kids in total, and she's like that alone like seals the deal because she like everything. She's got to be a good organizer. She's tough mentally, everything. And I've had her cooking. I feel like she would just be the glue that holds all of us together when we need it, when we're falling apart.
That's pretty good.
I need your mom on my team.
That's Glenda. A great question. I don't want to like persuade you to not pick her, but let me just remind you, let's be real, Deb. Okay. It's time to be honest. Now you do remember that you're kind of on her blacklist because of the fantasy football thing. Wow. And so if there was ever a time to this is it, because there is no repercussions for taking you out. So I'm just saying, if you happen to trip or fall off a cliff or get stuck behind when all the zombies are coming after you, I'm just saying she might be the one that did it because this is her opportunity. So I just want to put that out there, but you still trust her?
You gotta keep your enemies close, man.
Yeah, I don't think you want her that close. I'm just saying, my mom's competitive, which is a great reason why she wants to be on the team. She should be on your team, but just she's also competitive and she doesn't forget what you did. That. So
great. That's great. She can be on my team still. I'll watch my back. I'll be fine.
Okay, perfect.
I need that energy.
Okay, perfect. Everybody on Deb's team, just understand there's going to be one less spot. There's going to be an opening on your spot very quickly. So just think of other guests that you might want on your team. That's a great choice.
Yeah.
She's, she is an incredible woman. I've always said I have the utmost respect for her. And she's just she's a tough cookie for sure.
Yes.
Just the motor that's on her to just keep going. Yeah. It's a great choice. I'll let her know. I'll see if that buys you any grace. Probably not. Man.
She won't be mad at me forever. It's fine.
She could be, but maybe not. But enjoy taking that risk. All right.
You have one more.
Man.
These are, I mean, if we put our teams together, we would be solid.
Oh, man. There's two that I really want to pick. And this is a really tough one. Because there's two different like perspectives on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, oh man, this is tough. Oh, this makes me very upset because I feel like I can't go wrong, but I also feel like I can go wrong no matter how I cut this.
Okay. On the
Let me
spot.
see who's on.
I know this was not easy.
It wasn't, and I feel like, yeah, I feel like the way it's going.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. There's like, so I'm gonna say this before I finally make my decision. I just man up and I choose someone. The problem is, I feel like there's one that has a very practical, like a very specific skill set that would be beneficial, and the other person I think is again just a physical freak that I think would be, pretty good to have, like just rolling through with zombies, taking them out. I think it would be beneficial to have this other person, and I can't decide which way I want to go.
Well, you have Blake you have a physical freak, Blake.
Yeah, but this person has like a very specific set of skills too. Sounds like Taken, like a Liam Neeson.
It's like, okay, Liam Neeson.
Good luck. No, I think this other guy has a very specific set of skills as well that would be super beneficial. Let me ask you this, because we didn't talk about this. Are we assuming that this is happening right here? Like where we're currently at?
Yeah, sure.
And assuming everybody was here?
Yeah, like the whole, like have you why am I blanking? What's that? Walking Dead. You watched Walking, like everything is just fun. Like it's the city of where they were in, but everything is just like there's like wrecked buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just looks like, apocalyptic, like things look like crap. So okay. I don't know. I guess like I didn't picture us like completely like Hunger Games, like out in the forest or anything.
No.
Although it could be because we do, Sacramento, like the hills are just up there, the Tahoe Hills. So, but we could say that those can be involved, but we could just say it's also can be like within the realm of the city. And just, up by where you live, there's lots of trees. It's kind of foresty up there. So that's safe to say. It's going to be dangerous no matter what. There's zombies, so it doesn't matter where we are, I guess. I don't know. Are you thinking? Yeah. But there's places to like, there's trees to climb, basically.
No, not so much the trees. Okay, I'm going to pick it, and this will explain why. Okay. So I'm going to go with, going way back, Jim Vretzos. So I don't know if you remember Jim. I don't think you were on that episode that I did with him. I think it might have been during the break.
I remember it, though. I remember seeing his name in the episode.
Huge in the fishing world. And so he also owns a security company. So he's a big guy, he owns a security company. So he understands kind of that world too, the security protection of everything. So I think he could secure, the group, have us in good spots. I think he would understand what's good, what's not, what's secure, what's not. But specifically for the fishing, because I imagine at some point food is going to start going, be very light. And so if you have someone that can fish at a high level like him, that'd probably be pretty beneficial. So I'm going to go with him for my fifth spot, Jim Vretzos.
That's a good choice.
Thank you.
Good. I feel like we have a well-rounded team, each of us.
I think so. I think it's it's pretty good. I feel pretty good about my team.
Yeah. Everyone's got like their different skill set.
Is there anybody that you were struggling with? Because I'll be honest, the one that I was going with at the end there was Tyler Andrade. Oh, yeah. Because he is a physical freak, and he's also a wildland firefighter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's some stuff there. Like he's seen some stuff. He's seen stuff burned down, and you know what I mean. So it's like that'd be a good one. But sorry, Tyler. If we see you out there, please don't come after me.
Don't come after me. I really the only ones that I was like, oh, I wish I could have them on my team. Again, like like your family. Like these girls are my family,
Sure.
Deb, Kate, and Nicole. But my reasoning for Deb was going to say, we call her, Deb is, jack of all trades, master of none. Like she's just randomly she'll like figure things out. I'll turn around and she's like, I could picture her in a zombie apocalypse, just like making a fire, like making things out of like tree. Like, I don't know. She just, I feel like she would just have all this random information. And then I was going to pick Kaylin because she's a great problem solver and she would just be an excellent lookout. The way that Kaylin figures out things at school, like a detective, like with these teenagers, she figures things out so fast. It's insane. I'm like, how did you figure this out? Like just something silly, like drama. Like, oh, this kid got in this fight because this happened. It's like, she'll know it in 2 seconds. I'm like, how? And she's like, people talk to me. She's like, I researched it. Like, it's just, she's just quick. So I feel like she would be in the know of like when an attack was about to happen. And then Nicole is she also just knows things and she's a good problem solver. And I could picture her drawing like a map of like where to go and like delegating jobs to people. But I just had to say why I would pick them, but they're not on my team. They'll be on my team a different time, but I'm very happy with the people that I picked. I think it's very solid. Lauren Johnson, Paul Marshall, Erin Wachter, Jonna Dolinta, and Glenda Takimoto.
There you go. And I have
Conor Manning. Team.
What's that?
I think I have a solid team.
It's pretty good. Then I have Conor Manning, Blake Kidwell, Sherene Gruver, Kenny Hill, and Jim Vretzos.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think they do very well in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. And like you said, it was going through the list. It was really tough. It was tough to go through because there's a lot of people that I think I left off that could have been, but there's also, I left my guy Trav Cole off. Didn't feel great about that. I love you, Trav.
Hard, I know. Yeah, it's hard.
I know. Buddy. You should have had him around for like. Oh, never mind. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna back away from. It was gonna be too much. Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to think. A lot of. That's the cool thing about this whole thing is that like. If we do this again, which I enjoy this, I thought this was a fun episode to do and kind of think through. If we do this again, I think there's probably a lot of fun topics that would include other people as well. Because like I said, as I was going through this, I'm like, man, it feels like there's a lot of, at first I was going kind of towards the physical, right? And then you start thinking more practical, but there's so many other people that would be a lot of fun to have, other, conversations about. So I think, like I said, I think like dinner party. I always think of like dinner party for The Office. It's one of the best episodes ever. I don't know if you've given any thought to this, but you have any thoughts about what other topics we could do in the future?
Let's see. Like in terms of like kind of like recruiting people from
like when we do these drafts.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a draft. You gotta give me a second to think about that.
And if you can't, no worries. I was just curious if you had a thought.
Like, have you done those escape rooms before?
I have. Oh, that's a good one.
Something like escape room.
Yeah, that's pretty good. How are you good at escape rooms?
Okay. The thing with escape rooms with me is like if it's too over my head, I get frustrated and then I just am like done. Like mentally, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do this.
You're just sitting in the corner with your arms crossed.
I wouldn't pick myself for an escape room. Let's just say that. Like, do not put me on your team. But
I've done a few. Myself either.
I've done a few of them and I've gotten so frustrated because I'm just like, I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that. But it was funny. I did it with someone and we were playing against other people and he and I won the whole thing. I don't know how we did it because we were the most aloof people out of the group.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But I wouldn't pick myself. You have to give me a second to think about other topics like that.
That's okay. I was just thinking of off the top of your head if you had any thoughts, but
we should ask our audience too, like what they would like to see us draft together.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. I think so. 2 things here, everybody. If you're listening to this episode, 2 things that I think would be fun. Especially if you've been listening for a long time and you're familiar with our podcast and familiar with our guests, we would love to know what your top 5 would be 5 people that you would choose for a zombie apocalypse. Let us know in the comments, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, or if you just want to send us a message or an email. I don't care, but just let us know. Send out your top 5. I think that would be a fun thing to see. And then, yeah, to Deb's point, it would be fun to see what other topics or what other drafts that we could do. Again, drafts specifically it's got to be within the world of Connectable. So any guests that we've had on the show, it's got to be there. So, let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we'll do it again.
There we go.
Fun.
This is actually one of our shortest episodes. Look at us. 45 minutes. I feel like a teacher like letting the class out way too soon. But we also got started late, so here we go.
Yeah.
Miss Deborah, where can the people follow us?
You guys can follow us on Twitter at connectablepod, and then all other social media like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Connectable Podcast.
There we go. Everything? Yeah. Sounds right to me. And then please make sure you subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app, and then also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are almost at 100, still stuck on 98. But if you push us over the edge, we would definitely appreciate it. And then if you would be so kind to leave a 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, that would be awesome as well. So until next week, we will talk to you guys later. See y'all. Thanks for watching the show. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you like it, share it, and hit the subscribe button to get a new episode every week. We'll see you next time on the Connectable Podcast.